Hello and welcome to another episode. Look what just found. Today is episode 61. And I have a special one today. I've been trying to mix things up to the best of my ability. I mean, is a penny a penny? You know what I mean? That's a that's a hard one. That's a hard one to say because, right? Obviously, there's the age of the penny. And so from the first wrap we got here, from the federal wrap, which I'm doing on screen, which I don't like doing on screen, but I am. I opened it most of the week beforehand. There's no way there's copper in here. I've never found one copper in any of these federal rolls, but there's obviously some dirty, what's that called? Some dirty stuff going on. So some dirty pennies. There's some dirty pennies here. And then these are the ones we've been doing for the past week or so. And let's see what side I'm going to open. But I always try to open up the side that looks like it has the weakest closing point. Like, so if there's a really good flap that looks like solid, I try to open it from the other side. That way, when I put the pennies back in, it has like a natural seal on the bottom already. All right, so let's look at these. These are the customer rolls, right? A lot more copper. There are some zincs in there, and and then I went into a different bag of pennies, and I grabbed this to spice it up a little bit. So this is like the adobo of the show today. So we have the federal, the customer return that this is the most common that we get, and this is like 1 out of 20 bags, 20 rolls. I have a few of these, so I thought I would sprinkle it across the videos, right? And I mean, these look like old rolls, you know what I mean? And I would sprinkle them across the videos to make them more interesting instead of, doing like 3 of these in one video, which is cool. I mean, if I had a lot of them, I would. But let's see how this goes. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna spice this video up even more. I just picked these up, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not very optimistic about it. I'll do it for content. I just can't see. Oh, they come in. It's a bag in a bag. Okay, I guess that's good. Oh, then you have to cut the other bag open. Yeah. So these cost. What did I pay for these? I don't know. Something between like $10 and $15. All right, I'm gonna. All right, you got to use 2, right? So let me put 2 on. Let me seal it back up with some tape, and I'll put it back in the bag. All right, and I'll try it. If I can't do the finger flip, I'm throwing it out, and I'll use it for something else, maybe. You know what I mean? But we'll see. All right, yeah. I use these 2 fingers, so that would be it. It's 1, and well, they are pretty tight. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Huh? Do I need it on the 3rd finger? I don't think so. This one doesn't get this finger here. This finger does not get these 2 fingers get wicked. And I'll be honest with you, like these are the 2 that they deal so much with the pennies. I was getting. I mean, like I said, if this doesn't work, I'm taking them off. But just in transparency and honesty, I deal with so much copper and dirty copper that and I wash my fingers constantly. After each video, and then I do shorts. I wash them in between. I clean the desk, alcohol. I use expensive creams, the whole 9 yards, right? But these two fingers are the ones that get not chapped, but very dry and cracked and all of that. This finger here, you could tell, is fresh as a daisy. It's just holding it, so it's not a big deal. And I guess one of my concern was that, I don't know. I didn't do any research on copper poisoning or anything like that, but but I can't imagine, right, that there is a significant thing because people deal with pennies all day long. I mean, like all day long, like in banks, and I think it would have been a phenomenon that I would have heard of, or that someone, people would be blasting that out on YouTube, as far as that. But let's see, let's try it out. If this works, so far so good. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that I could do the flip is that good, and that's without any practice. All right, so let's without further ado, 1995 double die on the obverse. It's not close up. I don't know why it doesn't seem close enough now. No, it does seem too close. Maybe I'd put it right to like there. All right. Let me move over the top pennies before I start grabbing pennies from the other side. We have never found. Oh, you can see that dent in there. This is just dented. We've never found a copper. Not one. We haven't found not one copper in the all right, I'm going to look at that, whatever that is on the shoulder there. So nothing, I'm sure, but I had this marble in the loop. It actually glows in the dark. You have to be careful when you're going through your marbles. Oh, wrong flashlight. This one is so UV reactive that even with light on, it looks like, what's that, Saturn or something? Ooh, looks like Saturn. It's actually a corkscrew, right? How you know it's a corkscrew? Because it starts at the top and the line goes around like a corkscrew all the way to the bottom, to the other end, to that tippy point. And so it's an alley, agate, agate, or acro, alley acro corkscrew. Look how cool that is, though. So it's like a bluish green. And then, anyway, just one of my little hobbies. I really like them. They're cool. But I had that with the other corkscrews, right? I had it with this one, and I said, that one looks different. Let me look. See, nothing. It's not UV glass. And I said, let me check it out, because it changes the value of the marble. So I had it. Oh, you know what? Look at that. You want to talk about losing focus? It's not this one, is it? No, I think it was this one. Nope. It was one of these. I had to check the shoulder. I think maybe I'm going to check all three of them now. Let me put the light back on. Yep. So that's me. I get a little distracted. I think it was this one. It's funny because there's something on his shoulder here, but I know it's not a V. Pretty sure that's that's one we were looking at. It's not a V. It's just a little mark there. All right, so we look through these. Well, let me tell you, my wife will be super duper happy if this whole thing with the finger thing works. Finger gloves. So I tried using the gloves, right? And the full hand gloves. No dice, man. No dice. First of all, when you take them off, um, they're turned inside out, right? It's super difficult to take them off the way you put them on. Okay, so for obvious reasons, also they're more expensive, right? You're talking about a full glove. um, and so if you look at my earlier videos, I was using gloves. 1997, the double ear. No. Um, I was using full gloves, and within 5 days, you have five. It's hard. I tried to use the same glove over again, and you can tell they look really like worn, and they get dirty. The fingertips. Look, these fingertips are dirty. Look how dirty. We're talking about. Holy moly! Wow, 8 pennies I've touched. 8 pennies. So look how the uh 12 we're in 12 minutes already. Come back to this video when and go back to the 12-minute mark and compare these gloves at the end. So so you really can't use them more than once. 1995 D. We're looking for a double on the obverse. '97 double ear. So you really can only use them one time. Yeah, I'm not going to keep. See, if unless it's a really really good one, I'm not keeping it. Unless it's created. I'm talking about the line at the top. That like I think that's called. Eric helped me out with that website. I think that's called that has something to do with hub doubling. But you have to be able to see doubling with the hub uh, extra line or movement or whatever that is, which we don't. So I'm not going to go bananas. I see the little line in the D there. Now if you got the money, you know what I mean, then that's fine. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna use one glove every video, um, basically a pair of gloves every not a pair, excuse me, one glove a day, you're talking about 7 gloves a week. They're expensive. They're expensive. I think. Yeah, I'll tell you right now. I'm not even gonna. What's that called? Uh, question it. Box. I think they come with 100. Box gloves, rubber. Small, large. I'll just click these 3M disposable gloves. Maybe they're not as expensive as I thought. It's got free shipping, glove size. Yeah, you can't go with the small ones, or I'll put large. Box of 100 gloves is out. So how many? If you want to buy 1,000, it's $60. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. So that would be $60 is free shipping. Yeah, $60 free shipping. I mean, I don't know how good the gloves are, but $60 free shipping, 1,000. If you use one pair a day, you got enough gloves there for 3 years on $60. So that's not as bad as I thought. These were $250. Like I said, I think it was $10 for 250 little finger things, but you have to use 2. Okay, I don't know how to do the math right now, but I don't think it was the money as far as I go with it was more the whole glove thing. So it was a glove a day. Then there were like gloves lying all over the place, and they said just throw them in the garbage. I know. I wasn't feeling it. That's all. I guess that's the bottom line. I wasn't digging the whole box on the desk. 2005. No, the box of gloves on the desk and big dirty glove that you have to rip off. Hey, 82, and I don't have the scale on the desk. Let me see. It has to be zinc. It's a large date. It's got zinc rot there. I'm pretty sure it's zinc, like 95% sure. Yeah, 2.5. All right, so we have one find so far. Meanwhile, once we switch over to the other no rim on the left side. As soon as I'm gonna weigh this one. It's an 83. It's a weird one. As soon as we switch to the copper rolls or the customer submitted rolls, 2.51. It'll get more interesting. So I just figured I'd spice it up. Like I said, maybe it'll create like a momentum. We're gonna go from the federal roll to the hell is that? How is that even possible? This came out. Oh, ugh. See, I'm cool with the line, but it has to be creating something because no one's gonna. Oh, man, that looks like a ghost T there, right? And it's funny. It says WE, and then it looks like a ghost T next to the we, which looks like wet. Let me look at that. It's too difficult to tell, so I'm not going to keep it. Remember, I have the one question I always ask. That's the only, really the question that I ask. Now look at that L. Before I keep a penny, would somebody pay $1 for it? On that note, I'll plug in my eBay store. Click the link below, or in the about page. Takes you right to my store. You could buy a penny for $2. Well, it's a 99 cents. But, after shipping and tax or whatever, it's probably like $2.25. I see that. Oh my God. Do you see that? That has to just be. Let me just look. I'm not gonna. You know, I told myself I'm gonna try to make a change. I'm not gonna get excited anymore. Too excited when I see things. It's dirt, man. Dirt in the shape of a V. What a nasty trick that was. All right, that calls for a sip of coffee, man. I gotta calm my nerves with a little coffee. All right, if there's any kids watching, coffee does not calm nerves. All right, it actually gets you more nervous. Okay, so that was an adult joke. Come on, light. Get out of here. 98. No, that's close. Mm-mm. We haven't found it. We haven't found another 2009 in a couple days. You see, man, they're really hard to come by. 2021. Haven't found a 2023. We found two 2023s, I think, in the last federal. When we did three federal rolls, and we found two 2023s. But in one, we probably won't find any. I mean, we'll be lucky if we find one. 84D, double ear. Oh, I can hear the doves from my window. There was there are hawks in the hills around here, and they killed one of the doves the other day, and right on the lawn of my neighbor. Kind of sad. I mean, the hawks got to eat too, but I guess the hawk will probably eat a dove or two a day, and then you won't have no more doves. You know. Okay, so let me look at something real quick. What year is this? 90. You know, you deal with so many pennies, you notice things right away when something looks off. Yeah. That 1 cent is super far away from that rim. All right. So it's something. It's not a miss. I don't know if that's a misaligned die. I have to put this on the okay. So no, it's off centered because the bottom of the front of the obverse is also too high. It's off centered. I mean, there might be other stuff going on. I really don't want. I mean, I see the line there, the hub thing going on. Oh, the T's doubled. Oh yeah. So we have what year is this? 1990? It's not a key anything. It's just off centered with some other stuff going on. Let me check for that V. Nah. Let me look at that T. Yeah, the tea looks double dyed. Let me take a little cloth real quick and make sure it's not dirt. It's a dirty penny. Do some conservation on it. I think the tea is double dyed. It's hard to tell though, because it's right. Of course, it's always right where it's dirty. And let me look at that obverse, the bottom. Yeah, it's super high. You know, I mean, the truth of the matter is, it's not that off-centered. Well, I guess that is pretty significant. That's pretty off-centered. Yeah, I'll hold on to that. So I'll just write OC next to it. You hear the marble trying to roll around. So I cannot believe it's almost half an hour and we're still on we're still on the first roll, man. And we got quite a few to go. I can't was it the I'm gonna look at the VDB on this. Was it the whole glove thing that took up all that time? I don't get it. We haven't found anything. I think I'm gonna break this up into parts. Hey, you see how they look? You see the piece of dirt right next to the B? Sneaky. What a bunch of sneakies. I'm gonna look at it, of course. Nope. Nope. All right. Well, I'm gonna break it up into parts. This will go way over an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know how long this video will be if I don't break it up. I don't get it. It's just one of those things. You get on a topic, you get on a roll. You look at one penny too long. Take too long to start. But I know you guys love it anyway, so it don't matter. Right? I hear you cheering out there. Part two, part two, part two, part two. I hear you. Okay, all right. You don't have to shout. Yeah. That's nice bubbling. Remember that song, You're Jiggling, Baby? That was a great song. Right? Was you jiggling or you jingling? Oh, I can't remember. You're jingling, jingling. You're jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby. You're jingling, baby. Something like that. 86. No, I'm not even gonna keep it. I mean, it has blistering. I have to do the dollar test. Am I gonna pay $1 for this? Maybe not. I don't know. Forget about it. I cannot believe how long this is taking. Well, if you want it done right, man, that's and I want to do it right, So we're gonna break it up into. That's a nice penny. 2007. We're gonna break this up into parts. Definitely part one and part two. I mean, I got the gloves on already, so I guess the whole glove shenanigans. And I wasn't gonna wear them. I'm telling you, I was like phobic almost of gloves. Oh, look at that VDB. And that whole VDB thing, really, on the new pennies takes so long to the newer penny, on the Zincs. Takes a little extra time to look at. There's more documented errors on the Zincs than there are, as far as I can tell. 89, 89, 89. As far as I can tell, we haven't found one copper, by the way. Oh, 2006. Oh, no. What am I thinking of? 2009. Oh my God. I'm having a dyslexic moment here. Sorry. No, seriously, I think I'm partially dyslexic. Always had a difficult time reading, and I mean, I did very good in school in later years, but I had to put in so much effort. I remember there were, I had a lot of friends. I was kind of popular, when I was at that age, and had a lot of friends. I'm saying, hung out in college, and I had to really study hard, to get like B's, let's call it, in undergraduate, and some other guys who I knew, ladies, that they were just, I don't know, higher IQ, whatever, I don't know, and they were getting A's and telling me they didn't even study, and I was like, oh man, it used to trip me out, man. Used to trip me out. And I was studying before class, nights before. Anyway, like I said, I think I have some sort of learning disability, but I still made it, and I guess that's the, if something comes easy to you, is it really not? Yeah, well, I guess I am minimizing it. It's the hard thing that is that's a challenge, right? If something's more challenging, then it's more of an accomplishment, in my opinion. Okay, we're at 33 minutes. I could try to go forward with this. I think I'm gonna I don't know. Now I want to go straight through. I'm on the fence. No, I'm gonna stop. And I'll start part two soon. All right, thank you. No bonus feature in this one, maybe in part two.